Hey there, it's Anonymous T, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking... Anything I say is alleged in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some housekeeping items, some meat and potato items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous T. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous T Podcast. Free to follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous T Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram, on the Instagrammies at Anonymous Reality T. Free to share everywhere. Free to hit the like button so it gets out into the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes. And do not forget, whether you are coming or going, to hit the like button. So today we are talking Real Housewives of Atlanta. The ratings are in. And here's the thing. Before you guys say, oh, it's because Kenya, Team Twirl, Kenya's not on the show anymore. No. Absolutely not, you guys. I'm not going to allow you guys to do it. I'm not going to allow it, not on my watch, because guess what? When Kenya was on the show, it had 560,000 views. Even when Kenya was on the show this season in 2025. No. So Kenya lasted 5 episodes and everything else. The ratings have decreased. It was previously 620,000 views, 0.14 in the demo. It is now 572,000 views, 0.13 in the demo. The 0.13 is a disaster. It is, embarrassing. However, other shows like Beverly Hills is also suffering in the demo, even though they're getting more viewership. But nonetheless, you guys, we got to just keep it a buck. We got to keep it a buck about what the issues with Real Housewives of Atlanta are. The delay was too long. It felt like it's been gone for 2 years practically. The cast revamp / shakeup, that's going to take time to get adjusted to new people. I understand a lot of people are not watching live. However, people are still watching 90 Day Fiance live, and they're watching other cable programming live. I understand streaming. Well, speaking of streaming, where's Bravo? Where's Andy Cohen? Where's Porsha? Because remember, 3 weeks into the season, they reposted that article that was like, hey, looky here, Real Housewives of Atlanta had like the second or third most highest premiere, since streaming. And it had 2.5 million views total, including streaming. And everybody was like, ooh, and this is a good season, and I really like everybody, and da-da-da-da-da-da. And then poof, be gone. We have not heard from them since, y'all. We have not heard from them since in any capacity, y'all. And so none of the less, you guys, we got to keep it a buck. These fake storylines, there's too much fakery going on. I'm inclined to believe this Drew Sidora, Porsha, Dennis of it all is phony baloney. I'm actually starting to come around to the Porsha and Shamia stuff is phony baloney. Because tell me this, riddle me this, you guys. Riddle me this. Why is it that after every scene, whether it is Shamia's birthday party, whether it is Angela's money bag party, whether it is Kenya Moore salon party, Porsha and Shamia, they're still thick as thieves? But yet Shamia will keep saying that she's hurt in confessional. She'll tell everyone else but Porsha how she really feels. And we know at some point eventually they're going to have some type of hash it out, drag it all out scene. And maybe that's how Porsha pivots over to, Phaedra to do the freaking frack reunion of it all. But none of the less, it is giving, hey, I'm going to help you because you don't want to talk about Simon. What Porsha should have did, and I'll keep saying it, she should have wrote out this foolishness with Simon. You could have done like the, double dates with, Shamia and her husband, pretended to live the fast life, the high life, show off the mansion, show off the home, show how, Simon was a stepfather to Pilar, and all of this and all of that, right? And then when Trump got into office, because that was not going to change anything, when Trump got into office and he decided to deport Simon, allegedly, Porsha, you could have had your little breakdown at the reunion, like, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do with my marriage? You know, my husband, he's been deported by ICE. What am I supposed to do? You know, da-da-da-da-da. That would have been, you know, then that gives you something to talk about for season 17. That you were showing the good life with Simon in your big return to Real Housewives of Atlanta, and then season 17, it all fell apart. Right? But instead, you jumped the gun with all those articles coming about with Simon, and I don't even understand that, because articles had been out with Simon when he was married to the last wife. So there was already rumors about him scamming. There was already rumors about the citizenship and all of these things. And so you wanted to get your bag. Let's just talk about it. You wanted to get your bag. You wanted to get your production deal and everything else without Simon, right? And you felt like this was your opportunity. You didn't need him. But the problem is your scenes are cut. Your scenes are cut, and you are forced now to just instigate drama with anybody and everybody on the show for the sake of a scene. And people see through it, Porsha. And it makes sense now why they brought back Phaedra. Now, I like Angela. However, I feel there is always something missing with these stories about Angela's family, about Angela's husband, and the whole nine. There is always something, you know, mysterious. We have to be on a Scooby-Doo mission. We have to be on a Blue's Clues mission, and all of the things, and Inspector Gadget mission, and all of the things, because there is always something sus about Angela's story. And then if you call her out about it, like Porsha did, she gets defensive. Which, if there's nothing to report, if there's no issues, if there's no drama, if there's nothing sus, why would you get defensive? Why would you show your hand? Why would you give any life to that? I wonder if it is Britt Edie that might expose, whether or not, he supposedly has a love child, an outside kid, or whatever the case may be. I wonder if Britt Edie is the one that drops that bombshell. Because according to Porsha, Britt and Angela get into it way more. And that would be something. That would be something very interesting, y'all. But none of the less, and I like Kelly. Kelly seems compelling. However, we're going to have to see how these friendships go. I find it peculiar, how hard, Kelly and Candy and some of these other people, how they really want to see discord between Shamea and Porsha. Also Angela Oakley too. How they want to see discord between Shamea and Porsha. It is weird. Why are you guys so obsessed with their friendship? It's bizarre. Let their friendship be. Yes, we know Porsha allegedly has not been as a good friend to Shamea. However, we also have not seen any evidence, at least the producers have not shown us, of any time of Shamea being messy or shady in return to Porsha. And the other side of it too is Porsha and Shamea have a lot of mutual friends. So as recent as Lena's baby shower, who is RL's wife, Porsha and Shamea are still in the same room. They're still in the same pictures and everything else, you guys. Shamea's daughter went to Porsha's Pilar's birthday party, you guys. So again, they're still intertwined. They're still hanging out. They're still at these different events. And even after filming all these scenes, they are leaving together, right? They're leaving together even if drama pops off between them. So it's giving that it is phony baloney. Like I said, allegedly the embryo storyline was supposed to be Porsha's as well, but obviously that blew up in smoke when she decided to file for divorce and all of the things. So it's just all this. I thought Cynthia would be a part of more of the group scenes. I was surprised that she's, because sometimes certain friend of the shows will be a part of a lot of the group scenes and all of this and all of that. But maybe Cynthia's too booked and busy for that, right? Because she's coming out with a podcast too. So maybe that's why we haven't seen her. We'll see what Phaedra brings. We'll see if Phaedra brings fun shade, or if it's just going to be a confessional shade assassin like she was on Married to Medicine. But nonetheless, according to Shamea, she alleges that Phaedra came in with some fun energy, although the last time we saw Phaedra and Shamea interact, it was not positive, because Shamea was pissed off that she felt that Phaedra and Porsha had a fake friendship and felt that this was coming in between. So, nonetheless, we will see what happens, you guys. we will see what happens, but I feel like there's a lot of factors involved as far as these ratings go. It's mixed reviews on the season. Some people are happy with the season. Some people feel like they are interested in the new girls and what the new girls bring to the show. However, there are some people who feel as though, that the show's stagnant. And that's the other issue. Why is everything continuing to get leaked, y'all? That is the other issue. Why is the storylines getting leaked before we even see an episode? Like what happened a few seasons back with Bolo. Why was that whole storyline leaked to the blog, y'all? And then, y'all, why was what happened at Kenya's salon leaked to the blogs? And then Bravo, y'all released in basically 10, 15-minute clips in total in scenes the Monday after the episode. You're releasing almost half of the episode, practically right after Sunday, right after it airs. How are people supposed to tune in if there is nothing to anticipate, if there is nothing to look forward to? And I have been saying this, and they continue to drop more clips. They continue to drop more clips as if that is going to make a difference, you guys. Make it make sense. So yeah, that is all that I got as far as that goes. With the ratings, I knew the ratings obviously are going to continue to fluctuate. We'll see whether or not it rebounds. When Phaedra comes back to the show, if it really has like a big bounce back or not, or if it's still going to be more of the same and all the things. But like I said, the ratings were lower even when Kenya was on the show, so I can't even blame, Kenya's gone, that's why people tuned in. Tuned out. I can't even blame that because the ratings were lower when she was there. So, nonetheless, we will see what happens. I'll continue to watch the show. I will continue to react to the show because I want to see if this season can turn around. I want to see whether or not they can get it together. So none of the less, there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.